Our Camp Countdown series continues from inside the Hunt Room as we are excited to get Massachusetts football off the ground on September 3rd. And to talk about some of the linebackers here, we've got defensive coordinator Keith Dazinski joining us. Duz, how's it going?
Good, Jay. How are you, man?
I'm great, man. I'm excited to talk some football. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
Let's dive into the linebackers, that portion that you're kind of overseeing in your room. There's three guys that I think fans are familiar with their names, and they kind of form that kind of core of guys that are returning. Najee Logan, Miles Turner, and Jarrell Johnson. Can you give us some insight as to kind of what their attributes might be and how they're kind of meshing with your defense?
Sure. We'll start with Najee. Najee's obviously, he's playing our weak side linebacker, our will. Obviously, the first thing you look at him, he's a big physical guy. His best attribute is his ability to run. You'll see him in lineup at a lot of different positions. He's very athletic, explosive. The thing with he has the ability to make some really big time plays for us. Next guy, Miles Turner. He's right now playing Mike linebacker. You'll see him again, big physical guy. He's really done a good job playing inside. He's a really good leader, communicator. Gets the team lined up. Plays with a lot of confidence. And then Jarrell Johnson, again, playing the will position. He's very comfortable as a run defender right now, does a really good job in the past. He brings a physical nature and can really run and really cover the field.
I think it was about this time last year where, unfortunately, we got the news that Miles was going to be out for the year with injury, and that certainly set the linebacker room missing a key guy. How is he responding to getting back on the field this year?
He's been outstanding since I got here. He's one of those guys who's kind of a football junkie. He's always in the, whether it's a text message or coming up and spending some extra time watching film, just always wants to get better. And I think as we've gotten along with this camp, spring ball and camp now, he's starting to get a very good understanding about all the fits. We're very multiple. We do a lot of stuff on defense, and sometimes it takes some guys a little while, and he's really done a great job doing a good job really understanding the concepts and playing really physical and downhill.
There's a couple of the guys that are on the transfer list that come in here, one from Dartmouth and Jalen Mackey, and another one from Monroe Community College and Jalen Stewart. Why those two guys? Why you select them to come here, and how do you plug them in?
We'll start with Jalen Stewart. First of all, he goes back to Coach Brown. Coach Brown was recruiting him a little bit at Michigan. Really liked him, and then obviously when we got here, I think Coach Brown called him and gave him the opportunity to make a decision to come here, and he jumped on it right away. And he's another one. Again, he's just, every day he goes out there, he just flashes and flashes, and he's playing with a lot of confidence. He's playing that Mike linebacker position as well. He really is a physical kid. He's not the tallest guy, but he plays big and physical, so I'm really happy with him. And a guy like Jalen Mackey, the thing, obviously he's got the Dartmouth degree, he is smart. He brings that.
It holds true, right?
Yeah, and absolutely. He's an outstanding, again, another guy who's just a football junkie. We did a lot of stuff over, once he decided to come here, we did a lot of Zoom calls and just tried to bring him up to speed on the defense. And he's done a great job since he's enrolled here and got here. He's done a great job of learning the defense. And again, he brings a nice physical play to the field. Very smart, very cerebral, asks a lot of good questions. And he's starting to get better and better as these camp days go on.
How long, I know it varies for each guy, but how long does it take to absorb all the defensive tactics that you guys are teaching?
I think it's individual. It's individually based. Again, the guys that we're talking about, they've all done a really good job. They, bring their notebooks every day to class, getting ready to go, taking notes, asking great questions, being really consistent on the football field, and really taking every snap like it's a game snap. We're always trying to talk to the guys about, hey, every snap we take has got to be like game simulation. We can't have anything go slow. We play fast. We're aggressive. We got to know our fits. And obviously, we're the centerpiece of the defense. When we're sitting right there in the middle, we got to make sure everything's lined up and ready to roll.
One guy that was in the middle, I think that kind of really played his way into that role the past couple of years is Deshawn Ross. And beginning of the year, maybe didn't get a ton of playing time, and then halfway through the season, he's out there every snap.
Well, he's like a piece of iron, that guy. He probably is our most physical guy, pound for pound. He can run. He's physical. And again, he's made a lot of plays. He ends up, you got guys like him and Jarrell coming back who have probably had the top most tackles last year at linebacker. But when you watch Deshawn play, the thing that always stands out is his physical play.
Tell me a little bit about the freshmen. We talked about them on the signing day show. Darion Craig and Aaron Alexander, how have they been able to kind of learn from some of these guys?
Yeah, I think, what we try to do with those guys right now, obviously they're both playing they're both playing the will position. But we've got some of the package stuff, and we're trying to get them to take advantage of some of the package situations, and then obviously get to learn the Mike Will a little bit more. They may not get as many reps as those other guys right now, but with the packages, they both can run. They're both athletic. They're both a little bit different in stature, but I'll tell you, they both run. I mean, fortunately, I got to say our linebacker depth is really, really good. And what we've done is we created a great deal of competition with all the guys, young and old, and those guys are competing their tail off every day.
Self-censored, love that. Last guy that we have mentioned is Josh Brunell, and I think he kind of put himself on the radar last year, but maybe didn't get a ton of snaps. But what is his ceiling?
Brewski's he's the best. He's he goes in there, he just lines us up, he's steady Eddie. He takes control of the defense. He's a very good communicator. Maybe doesn't have the same skill set as some of the other guys in terms of being the fastest guy, but he might be one of the smartest and always in the right position and makes plays. So he's a really smart, and I see him helping us in some of the depth chart and special teams.
What has it been like for you to be back here on this field?
Oh, it's been great. Obviously I had a lot of great experiences here. 2 times here, both, winning a national championship in '98, go back in 2006, and UMass has always been great to me and my family. We're so excited to be back. But it's, most importantly is just seeing all the old guys who they come back now and just being happy with and being excited about being around UMass football again.
Well, we're excited to seeing you and your unit and get out there on September the 3rd and see what they can do against Tulane.
All right, Jay, appreciate you.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, bye-bye.